I wanted to come back on here before we got to the black to add it on and show you here how once these are started, going from when you get to the ball of yarn or the bobbin and work the stitch where you connect to bring it forward and continue working, I wanted to show you basically how that worked. So in this row, you're working now. We've just finished this row. So you're working on the back side now, coming from this side. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 white before you pick up here. This is what I wanted to show you how you do the pickup. And we are, like I said, on this, working on the wrong side. Okay? So you come across 16. Let's see, make sure I counted right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Back to it. 2, 4, 6, it's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, I've worked 3 doubles. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And always remember, leave the last 2 on the hook. Last 2 loops. Come on people. 16. Leave the last 2, bring your yarn forward. Now, you have to pick this yarn up. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to do over a couple, 3 stitches, but I myself, I prefer to, because there's no sense in tying on and tying off when it's something small like this. So get you out some yarn, get ready to do your red. Now on this back side, you're working here. You're fixing to attach here. And you will do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 red. So where I bring this across, I'm working over the red. And it's not going to be seen. You just make sure you keep a slack to it, not too tight and not too loose. Just hook your yarn. Come on and hook your yarn. Bring it through. Okay, and keep that just, just a little bit of a loose tension, but not too loose, not too tight. Now you proceed and work over that yarn. You'll be crocheting over. And it'll work right in and no one will ever see. Let me see, how many did I say here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, there's 1, 2. Always make sure you're going under the loop on the back of the red. 3. 4. And you've locked it in the last time. 4. 5. 6. And that is your back side of your work. Let's see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I say 16? Hang on here, let me see. I may have counted that wrong, sorry. We are working on the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 row up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Now that we've completed 12, always leave the last 2 chains on the hook. Now here we want to add a new color of black, and that will be 2, 4, and black. And now I will get a chance to show you basically how I do the bobbin. It's just a simple little butterfly bobbin. What you do is you take your end yarn and you just cup it there and wrap around those 2 fingers. See? And then you work back in a figure 8 till you fill up a decent little bobbin of yarn. Just keep wrapping. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or special, just a good decent little thickness of yarn for your work, depending on if it's a lot in it. You don't want to bulk this up too thick. You'll want to use 2 bobbins. And if it's a small section, you can fill it up pretty fat to make sure you're thinking like, well, it'll need yay on yarn, so I'll do yay on bobbin. If you know country lingo, you'll know what I'm saying. And looking at this here up the middle, you'll be doing quite a bit of black, so just make this a little thicker. Enough to work what you think will cover your stitches up through there. And if you're short, it doesn't never hurt to tie off and tie on a new bobbin, but the less you have to, the better. So you just wrap it until it gets good and fat. Just a few more here, just for, you know, example of showing how. And we'll proceed from here. Just keep wrapping the figure 8. Now, you bring your last loop over your thumb. Take about that much to wrap around, because this will have to wrap around the yarn. You want it to wrap a few times. Alright, now see this that you've been holding on to, keep this here, so this will wrap in here over top of that yarn. You want that under it, see? So bring it through, bring this around, and I snug it a little. A lot of people say don't snug it tight. I tend to tighten it just a little, but always make sure you leave enough looseness to be able to pull your yarn through without it getting too tight. And just wrap and wrap and wrap. And once you've got it wrapped around, it's black, it's hard to see. Take your smaller hook and just go under those wraps. Don't get into your or these figure 8, just under the wrap. Grab your yarn and pull it through. And now you've locked it in. Now you come back to your pull string, and it just pulls out. Let me get started here for you. I did get it just a wee tight. Now there you go. It's ready to rip. Ready to go. Ready to tie in and work. So it's only going to be lapping over 2 here, and I want to work over 2 in the back, so I'm going to leave just enough to sew in after that through the back. So tie on your new yarn, pull this through here. Now this is the wrong side, so you take your yarn and bring your string to the wrong side. I've clipped these off, but the one I left here, well, you can see where they've been clipped off, but I still know this is the wrong side because the way I've got my pattern, the wrong side is the arrow going back to the right. And this is the row we're in now. Wrong side. So bring your string or tail to the wrong side. Lock in your new yarn. Now, this is when you work it in on this side. You don't have to pull it to the back, because the back now is facing you. So on your loops here, that you got here, take this loop facing you and work the yarn in like this. One, this will be 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So pull it through 4 stitches. Up through the middle, pull it through 2, up through the middle, pull it through 3, excuse me, up through the middle, pull it through again, which is 4. And if you'd like, now when you're finished and you got your black going, you can take a needle and thread and sew and work through the black. You've left enough tail on there if you like to proceed with that, to make sure that is much more worked into the piece and not work loose. So now we proceed to do 4 black. Papa, stop please. My little dog over here is wanting to get rowdy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Always leaving the last 2 on the hook. Bring your yarn to the front. And when I say front, I mean the side that I'm working on that's facing me. Now you need to pick up the red for the next one. Did I bring the white through? No, I forgot. I'm so sorry. Let me back that up, because the white, well, no, let me think. The white will not proceed from here, because you basically have ended with it there. So what you need to do is just leave this. What I do is I'll leave it. And if I see I'm going to be able to work it in again, I will. If not, I just tie it off later and sew it in through the work here. So you've left the 2 on the hook. Now you pick up the red. Bring it through. Now next on your pattern, coming from left to right, you want to work, you've done your 4 black, you want to work 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like you did on this side, 12 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this white, always make sure you're fixing to do your next stitch. Can you see where the white comes up here? It's in this next row. So what you do on your next stitch is you want to lock it in with it. So you come through here and make sure you've got that in there to work over to bring it to the next row. And we have gotten 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, excuse me. I'll have to go back to school and learn to count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Keep working over the white. 11, and 12. Now you bring this to the front and you pick up the white that you've worked over, lock it in, and see on the back, it's just carried it with you as you went. This right here, I should have carried up here, but I forgot that. So don't forget it when you're coming across. pick that yarn up as you're coming through your rows on the back side, so it will cover over it like I did the white here. This will see one row up, you can just barely tell it. Here I missed it on the row before, my mistake, so don't make that mistake. So always watch when you're working back across for these yarns on the back to bring them up in each row and work them in, and they'll only be, well, like this here, like a regular stitch. See? But here I forgot the row before to work that, bring that up. And like I said, don't make my mistake. Now you finish on this here on the white. Coming on across, you'll do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Then you'll mark that row done. And I'll go ahead and finish, just keep adding in your yarns or your work. And always remember, like I said, to watch your bobbins on the back and bring them up and work over them and carry them as you go, so you won't leave an open gap like that I showed there. My mistake, my bad. So go ahead and work on up to the white, and I'll be back with you when we reach that section there and show you how to finish off.